A major warning for SSI beneficiaries, as over $300 of your monthly payments could be reduced with a change that is coming. So I'm going to be answering some questions that I've seen down below in the comment section. I'm going to be clarifying exactly what this change is and what it means for SSI beneficiaries. And I also have this article right here, which I will be popping up on the screen for in just a second, so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about right here. And this will also help to support what I'm talking about here, to explain further in greater detail exactly what is going on. So we're going to pop this up in just a second on your screen so you can read this for yourself. Now, down below in the comment section, I've seen this popping up a few times recently. In fact, about a week ago, I was out in a separate live stream and I said, hey, get ready. This has been leaked that they're going to be coming back and changing this rule, changing this on SSI beneficiaries and rolling it back to a very outdated rule from last year that actually started back in the 80s, okay? So I was out in about a week ago in that live stream. Now, just the other day as well, I was out in a separate follow-up live stream saying, hey, you've really got to get ready for this, and please be prepared if you're on SSI. And now I've had some people reaching out, and again, big shout out to Loretta Green. She reached out again and said, hey, can you make a dedicated video about this? I heard about this $300 reduction. Yeah, it actually is a thing, okay? So we're going to talk about that here in this video. And I just want to make this very clear. I'm not here to scare anybody. I say that all the time. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to instill fear in anybody. But rather, I want you to be aware of what's going on so you're not blindsided by some of these major impacts that are coming out with these rule changes that are popping up, okay? Also, I want to say this super fast as well. Everything I'm talking about in this video directly pertains to SSI, not to be mistaken with other benefits, just SSI, supplemental security income, not retirement, not SSDI, not spousal, not survivors, not VA, no one else, just SSI, okay? Supplemental security income. I want to make that very, very clear so we're all on the same page. Okay, so let's just give a really quick recap here. So about a week ago when I was out in that live stream, I said they're going to be rolling back and re-implementing the old rules on ISM. That stands for in-kind support and maintenance. Okay, sounds kind of confusing. I totally understand that. Here's what it comes down to. As an SSI beneficiary, prior to the rule change about a year ago, if you were getting any support, as in you live with somebody and you're not paying rent, that would be considered in-kind support and maintenance. If you're getting food support, as in a friend, family member, neighbor, acquaintance, a stranger, literally anybody is giving you any kind of food support. In other words, they're feeding you, whether it's like, hey, come on over for dinner, or like, hey, here's a bag of groceries, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. It all is considered in-kind support and maintenance, okay? Sounds super weird, but that's the rule, okay? You're supposed to report that stuff. I'm not really sure who does, but I'm just saying that's the rule. You're supposed to report that if you're getting any kind of support like that. But about a year ago, they rolled this rule back, or I should say, maybe not rolled the rule back, but rather they made it more expansive and they updated it. In other words, prior to this, they had the definition of a public assistance household as any household that was considered a public assistance household will need to have all members in that household receiving some type of public assistance. Okay, that was the old definition of a public assistance household. But as of last year, they changed the rule and they basically just said, hey, if somebody has a pending application for SSI, if somebody's currently an SSI beneficiary, and maybe just one other person within your household receiving SNAP benefits, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits, you would then be considered a public assistance household. There could be 3 people in your household, there could be 30 people in your household, didn't matter. Those would be the new qualifications as of the new rule about a year ago. The old rule would have stated all people in your household, whether it's 3 people in your household or 30 people in your household, everybody with the old rule would have had to be receiving some type of public assistance to be considered a public assistance household, okay? So about a year ago, again, give or take a little bit, I'm not sure exactly when it happened last year when they announced it, but I don't remember the exact date, but it was last year, and I talked about this extensively at the time, okay? So by broadening the definition of in-kind support and maintenance, and broadening the definition of a public assistance household, it allowed people on SSI to basically, who were getting housing assistance and who were getting grocery or food assistance, to basically fall into the category of, hey, doesn't really matter, you're good. You don't need to have your reduced benefits. In fact, a lot of people last year got higher benefits because they basically, well, weren't considered to be getting in-kind support and maintenance, so they actually got a boost to their monthly benefit pretty substantially, okay? So that's what that all comes out. Now, let's pop this article up. Right here, right now, there's an article. Pop that up. Let's talk about this, okay? Here is the interesting part about this. The administration is now talking about rolling back the current rule on ISM, in-kind support and maintenance, and bringing it back to the old rule prior to the change last year. What does that mean? In very simple terms, this simply means if they roll the rule back to what it was last year prior to the change, anybody receiving assistance as in housing and they're not paying rent, or again, when I say that, I mean like if somebody's living with like a family member or a friend or something like that and they're not paying their share of the rent, that's considered to be getting assistance with housing. Okay, same thing goes with food and groceries, things like that. If somebody's getting food or assistance with groceries, whatever, they'd be considered to be getting food assistance. Okay, so with that being said, we could potentially see benefit cuts, reductions to benefits for about 500,000 beneficiaries, give or take a little bit, depends on the reports that you look at. About 500,000 beneficiaries that are getting any kind of support like this could see their benefits reduced by up to 1/3. 1/3, okay? If you're receiving the maximum benefit as an SSI beneficiary of $967, what does that mean? Well, 1/3 of that would actually be about $322. So you could see a potential reduction of benefits maximum of about $322. That's nasty. That's super nasty, right? So point being is that, yes, this is a real thing. I want to be fair with you, though. I mentioned this in the live stream the other day and in the live stream about a week ago when I was out with this. I said, this has been leaked. It's not officially rolled back yet. It's not officially announced yet. But I'm going to say this much. It will be. I'm going to tell you that much right now, okay? It will be. When they're going to make the official announcement on this, I'm not sure. We're still waiting for that as of right now. But this will be rolled back, okay? I'm not saying that, can't wait for this to be rolled back. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, please, prepare yourself. This is 100% a thing, and they're going to roll this back to the old rule, and that's really going to... it potentially could reduce benefits significantly for a lot of people. Now, some of the questions that I've seen are, is this going to reduce or cut our benefits for everybody? No, not even close, okay? As I mentioned about a minute ago, maybe 500,000 beneficiaries roughly would be impacted by this and see a reduction to their benefit. Again, depends on the reports that you look at, about 500,000 people. There's about 7.4 million people, by the way, that are currently enrolled in SSI. Okay, so what would they do to roll this back? Well, as you probably saw there in the article, basically what they are planning on doing here is bringing back the old definition of a public assistance household. What I mean by that is the old definition was, in order to be defined as a public assistance household, everybody in your household, whether it's one person, 3 people, 30 people, or anywhere in between, everybody would be getting some type of public assistance to be determined as a public assistance household. They also added SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, to the list to be applied for or basically counted as a public assistance household. They may roll that back as well, okay? So it may no longer be good enough to be receiving SNAP benefits, food stamps, or some people call it EBT, in order to be considered a public assistance household, okay? Does all that make sense at all? Does it make sense at all? I know that this is super confusing. I totally get that, okay? Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you need me to clarify on. I can certainly come back in another dedicated video. I can jump on a live stream, whatever you need. Please let me know. But I hope this helps. And again, I hope this article that I popped up for you also helped a bit to understand and to read it yourself and to see that. Otherwise, just stand by as we get the official announcement out of Social Security. I will certainly come back and I will update you on this, but this will certainly impact benefit checks for a lot of people. Does it mean everybody's going to see a $300 reduction? No, not at all, okay? Will some people see a $300+ reduction? Yeah, unfortunately, some people will. Who is it going to be? I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly the person's name, but I can tell you this much. If you're getting some kind of housing assistance, okay, and that's not factored into your monthly benefit check, that could be a thing. If you're getting some type of food assistance, okay, that may not be factored into your current monthly benefit check, that could be a thing, okay? In-kind support and maintenance, abbreviated as ISM, okay? That's what this is all about. Super confusing, I know, okay? Let me know what else I can do for you. Otherwise, please, if you're new here, subscribe down below. If you've not done so, please subscribe. By the way, like, what is it, like 51%? I think it's 51%. I just looked at the numbers the other day. 51% of the people here on this channel are subscribed. About 49% of the people that watch these videos are not even subscribed. So hey, if you're one of the 49%, subscribe. Totally free. Big subscribe button down below. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the nearly 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Share this video. There's a big share button down below. If you know anybody, please share this video so they can understand what's going on here as well. Otherwise, check out down below in the description some popular videos I've hand selected for you. Otherwise, if you know anybody on Medicare, if you're on Medicare, please share that phone number so they can get some free help with their Medicare. A lot of people saving a ton of money, hundreds of dollars a month, thousands of dollars a year. It's absolutely incredible. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Take care. And I'll catch you again later in the next